The paper presented by Dr. Montes comes at the right time. We think that we need to rev up our agriculture sector after many years of reversals. We can see from all the indicators shown in this paper that production is going down and productivity has been going down. At the same time that population growth has been rising. There are times when we have to take a step or two back in order to gain a better toehold. Last year, we imposed quarantine measures to contain the spread of the virus, and as a consequence, saw economic output decline by 9.5%, the sharpest ever since the post-war period. In the final quarter of last year, agricultural output declined by 2.5%. The setback in agricultural output notwithstanding, I think we made a great leap forward in agriculture when we finally converted rice import quotas to tariffs and took out the proprietary functions of the National Food Authority. Hitherto, the country's rice-centric agriculture policy has provided a ready topic for researchers and policy circles. With the RTL in place, agriculture policy and planning should already be more landscape or ecosystems based rather than crop based. For fiscal authorities, it was a great relief that a big gaping hole in the proverbial leaky fiscal bucket has been finally plugged. The question is how to settle NFA's liabilities that have ballooned to 182 billion pesos in 2019, bringing the cash-burning GOCC's net worth to minus 153 billion pesos, further down from the minus 116 billion peso net worth in 2010. In contrast, PISAM's negative net worth was 46 billion in 2019. The Supreme Court ruled in the Mandanas case that the national government has also to share with LGUs tax revenues collected by the Bureau of Customs. With greater resources, LGUs should already be assuming functions that have been devolved to them by Local Government Code of 1991, among them agricultural services. By now, LGUs should already be improving their capacity to eventually carry out such functions. In his presentation of agricultural issues in the country, Dr. Montes has rounded up the usual suspects, including policy biases against agriculture. Indeed, an objective of the first post-war plan, the 5-year program on rehabilitation and industrial development, was, to quote, to enable the country to make the structural adjustments necessary in the transition from an agricultural to an industrial economy with minimum dependence on outside markets, close quote. Such focus on rapid industrialization inadvertently diverted attention and resources away from agriculture, where we had some comparative advantage at that time, to industrial development, which in turn widened the urban-rural divide. To cut the long story short, we had urbanization, but neither industrialization nor equitable development. Such bias against agriculture might have had, perhaps, provided a new meaning in the Philippines to the oft-cited clause from across the Pacific that education is the key to success. That is, one ought to acquire formal schooling and have a white-collar job, effectively escaping the back-breaking farm work under the scorching sun. After all, planting rice is never fun, but I think this is where one of the great challenges lies with respect to agriculture. Like the warehouse receipts bill that seeks to professionalize the warehousing sector, I think we also need to give agriculture a fresh look and think of it really as a profession, something to be proud of. For this, we need the participation of various stakeholders, including policymakers, the farmers themselves, industries, and the education sector. Rather than simply leaving farmers to learn by doing in the so-called college of hard knocks, Our formal education and training should make better farmers and entrepreneurs. With this, among others, we will have made a faithful English translation of Magtanim ay di biro. This paper by Dr. Montes carries a long list of reforms needed to make agriculture more productive and efficient. These deserve to be included in the country's development plan. Thank you.